If you're a small or medium-sized business, please do not make this mistake that I'm about to share with you. You work too hard to drive people to your website, whether that's through advertising or organic search or your email marketing, that once they're on your website, you want them to stick around. So if your business has a high bounce rate, meaning people come to your website, they look at one page and then they leave, or even if your bounce rate's good and you just want to improve your overall website experience and conversion rate, this video is for you. I would say that 90+% of business websites get this wrong. So in this week's video, I'm going to share with you some examples of this mistake that many businesses make, and then what you can do to actually fix it and get it right. We're going to talk about a common headline mistake that a lot of businesses make, and I'm going to share with you a framework that you can implement to make sure that you never make this mistake again. My name's Scott Redgate. I'm an online marketing coach, and let's dive in. Let me ask you this question. How often do you think about, or how often do you rewrite the headline that you have featured on your website or you have featured on your landing page that you're driving traffic to? The fact is, you're probably not thinking about it or rewriting it a lot. And in all honesty, that's a mistake because the cost to drive traffic to your website, whether that's through paying for advertisements or you have a robust SEO strategy or email marketing strategy that is driving traffic to your website, the fact is that traffic has gotten more expensive to get over time. And so once someone actually lands on your website, you want to do your best job possible to not only keep them on your website, to keep them around, to view some of the content that you have, but at the end of the day, you want them to convert. Whether that's purchase a product or sign up or call you, you want to convert that traffic that's coming to your website. And there's an easy fix that I would say 90+% of business websites fail in. And that centers around the headline of their main page that they're driving traffic to. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you examples from several websites that I found in the Oklahoma City area. Spoiler alert, I am not in Oklahoma City. I'm actually on the East Coast of the United States, but I'm going to share with you some common themes and issues that I see with the headline that they have on their website. And then I'm going to give you a very simple framework that you can follow to have a perfect headline every single time. So without further ado, what I did was I went to Google and I searched for plumbing Oklahoma City, and I clicked a few of the top listings, and we're going to go through the headlines that they have on their websites and see if they do a good job or what they could potentially improve upon. So this one right here is one of the first websites that I land on, and let's take a look here at their headline. It says, superior quality and service. And then in the background, it looks like a stream of water coming from a faucet. But let me ask you this question. If you landed on this website, and let's say this business paid $15 or $20 for a click to land on their website, would you know what they do within a matter of seconds? I mean, yes, you can look at their logo here on the top left and you can see plumbing is in their logo. But if you had a plumbing emergency or you had to replace a toilet or whatever, you wouldn't really know what this company does just by reading their headline and seeing what is happening in the background here above the fold of the screen. So let's go to another website here. And this one, the headline is a little bit more clear, but I'll tell you the mistake that this business makes. So they say the #1 plumbers in Oklahoma City, and then they say A+ rated BBB. So yes, if you were looking for a plumber and you read that headline, you would have extreme clarity that this is a plumber's website. But the problem with this headline is this business is making it too much about them and not enough about solving your problems. And if you were to actually read the subheading that they have below this main headline, you could see that there was probably an SEO agency involved because you can see that they are using some of the keywords that might assist with their SEO strategy, which isn't a bad thing. But overall, this business's headline is focused too much about them and not solving the problems that potential customers may have when they land on this website. All right, let's hop to another one here. This headline says, we still believe in a handshake. And then the subheading here is family owned and operated, straightforward pricing, and over 15 years of service. While I like that in their subheading, they are listing some of their competitive advantages, right? But if you were just to land on this website, again, imagine you only had a few seconds and you read the headline, we still believe in a handshake. Would you know exactly what this business does? And the answer is no, you wouldn't. I understand what they're trying to get at. We still believe in a handshake. That's getting at some customer service and how they value customers, but the headline is just too unclear. So let's go to one final example here. And this headline says, it's hard to top a hill. Again, if I'm landing on this website, I do not know what that means. Now, their subheading is probably one of the best of the examples that we just looked at, where it says, making Oklahoma City homeowners comfortable since 1967. But the common theme here across all the headlines is the headlines are too focused on the business and not the customer, and the message is just too vague. It is not clear. And so there was a really impactful book that I read called Building a Story Brand. It was by this author named Donald Miller. And I would highly recommend reading this book. We're not going to get to cover all the principles that he shared in that book, but he goes through the exact steps that you need to follow if you want to have a message or a headline that is super clear and captivating to your audience. And so high level, what the Building a Story Brand framework talks about is that your customers are the heroes in their story, and you are just a guide. And so you need to come up with messaging that is unbelievably clear. If they land on your website, they're going to know exactly what you do within a couple of seconds, but you also have to make it geared towards them and helping solve their problems. So the 2 points there, you have to make it clear and you have to make it about them. Well, recently I released a product called the AI Online Marketing Playbook, and I have some really good prompts geared towards this exact issue. But you can use AI tools like ChatGPT or Google Gemini to help jumpstart you in creating these headlines for your website. And so without further ado, I went into Google Gemini and I asked it to create a Building a Storybook framework headline for a plumber. And it went ahead and created 10 headlines for me. And I'm not going to read all of these, but thinking back to what we just described with the Building a Storybook framework, let me share with you one headline that really caught my eye. All of these are better than the ones that we had just seen, but look at this number 4 right here. So it says, enjoy a worry-free home with reliable plumbing services. And then I think another one of my favorites here is number 7, where it says, don't let plumbing issues ruin your day. Call us now. Because think about it, if you're a homeowner and you're experiencing plumbing issues, those are not the most fun days or conversations. You might be worried about how much the issue is going to cost, how long it's going to take. You just want to get back to living your life and you don't want to have this issue happening in the background. And so a headline, even like number 7, that says, don't let plumbing issues ruin your day, call us now. Imagine that was the headline that was featured above the fold on several of the websites that we just saw. Not only do they include a call to action in the headline, but it is just so crystal clear. And so in addition to having a really good headline on your website, if you have specific things that you want to discuss, so which one was it here? So this website right here where they listed a few of their competitive advantages, you can also have a sub-headline underneath your main headline that lists out some of those key selling advantages that you have or competitive advantages that your business has over the other. So in summary, you want a headline that is crystal clear, and you want a headline that is geared towards or discusses the issue and how you help to solve the problem that the customer has. You can use AI tools like ChatGPT or Google Gemini to help draft some great headlines for you. And if you're afraid that those headlines are a little bit too short, you can use the space beneath the headline, which is the sub-headline area, to list out some of those key selling advantages that you have. I promise you, if you utilize this framework and if you have some headlines like the ones that we just looked at, your conversions will go up as a result because you are just so much clearer with your marketing messaging. And if you want some more tips like this, make sure to grab my free 7-day online marketing jumpstart doc. You can get it at scottredgate.com/jumpstart, and I'll leave a link in the description below. Take care.